Hello everyone, my name is Mr. M. Today we're going to learn how to write the equation of a circle given its center and a point on the circle. So I presume that you already know the key concept, which is the distance formula from previous lessons. Alright, but this time we are going to use that formula. Instead of D, we're going to use R, which stands for radius. So instead of distance, that's radius formula. What is a radius formula? R equals the square root of the square of x sub 1 minus x sub 2 plus the square of y sub 1 minus y sub 2, where the coordinates x sub 1 and y sub 1 are the coordinates of the center, C, and x sub 2 comma y sub 2 are coordinates of the point on the circle, just like what we did in the previous videos. So remember, the radius is the distance from the center to any point on the circle. So in this case, it's point P, right? Check out the first video, please. Now, we're gonna understand this more when we go to the model problem. It says, write an equation of a circle in center radius form whose center is at the coordinates -1 comma -1 and passes through the points coordinates -5 comma -1. Now let's annotate first. Since we're using this as the radius formula, center is -1 comma -1. I'm going to write down -1 comma -1. Alright? -5 comma -1 under point P. Now, using that formula, x sub 1 minus x sub 2. What is our x sub 1? X sub 1 is -1. X sub 2 is -5. So we just simply direct substitute. This is for the spot of x sub 1, which is -1. And this is x sub 2, which is -5. Plus y sub 1 minus y sub 2. What is our y sub 1? -1. Y sub 2 just happens to be -1 also. Be careful, guys. It's just so happened that we have a lot of -1 here. But it's not always like that. Okay? And be careful in substituting, because once you mix them up, you will not be able to get the correct answer. Clear? Alright, let's write it down. Parentheses. -1. If you notice, I'm checking my word because I don't want to mix them up. Alright, let's move forward. Let's find the value of R. R is equal to the square root of, remember in operating subtraction, what do? We keep change. We keep that -1, change, and change. So with this, you know what? I'm going to use KFC. Keep, flip, change. It's the same as KCC. Going back here, -1 plus +5 this time, it's +4. I'm going to write down +4 inside the parentheses because we still have the square. Now, it's not always positive, guys. So it's very important you put parentheses around the answer to this. Alright, plus -1, keep change, that becomes -1 plus +1, which is 0, and then square. Let's keep going. R is the square root of +4 times +4 is 16, +16. Alright, plus 0 times 0 is 0, so 16 plus 0, R is equal to the square root of 16, or just simply 4 units. And that is our radius, the distance from the center to the point. Now, what do we do next? So all we need to do is to put the coordinates of the center and change the sign. So if H is -1, switch the sign, it becomes +1. Also with the K value, which is -1, it becomes +1. and the radius is 4 units or 4 squared. Now, you can leave your answer like this, or you can take it further by simplifying this. 4 squared is 16. Then copy the rest. And there you have it. As we all know, practice is the secret of math. So go ahead and find the equation of the circle in center radius form given the center and a point on the circle. And then what I want you to do is to check out the next video where I'm going to show you the answer to this. Thank you for watching and learning with me. Be sure to click the links below for additional resources. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Please take care of yourself and others.